Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Legends of Tomorrow Season 4. So we have sort of been lacking on Legends content to go over. We've had trailers for the other Arrowverse shows following the Comic-Con ones we got back at, well, Comic-Con, but we haven't got another one for Legends. Now that could change in the next couple of days to a week or so, or even in the next few hours from when this video goes up. But while we wait for that trailer, what we got over the past, day roughly, instead was actually some promo images for episode 1 of Legends Season 4, which is otherwise entitled The Virgin Gary, which is obviously a play on the Virgin Mary, as in the mother of your boy Jesus Christ. But quickly, before we jump into those promo images and some other information, we will quickly give these photos some context by going over the synopsis for episode 1. After the Legends defeated Malice and wiped the final anachronism from time, they find themselves in unfamiliar territory with the Time Bureau. All that changes when Constantine informs Sarah of a new magical threat that leads the team to Woodstock. Constantine thinks he knows how to defeat the new threat, but will need the help of the team and their special klepto talents to help with his spell. Meanwhile, Nate and Rory go on an adventure, leaving Nate facing someone from his past. But let's jump into these promo images, starting off with Nate and Mick heading into this very dimly lit house, almost like only lit by the moonlight. And we also see Mick sitting at a dining table, seeming to be like eating a meal or something like that, presumably in that same house that he entered with Nate. Now, as the synopsis does say, whilst on this adventure with Mick, Nate does face someone from his past. Now, there are probably two options as to who this could be. The first one being the doppelganger or like magical version of a Maya that will be showing up this season, who is called Charlie. Or it could be Nate's father, who is Hank Haywood, who we know is showing up this season and will be played by Tom Wilson, who is best known for playing Biff in the Back to the Future franchise, or if you are a fan of Freaks and Geeks, he was also the coach in that show. But this is what was said about Hank Haywood and his introduction into this season of Legends. With a lifetime in the military and Department of Defense, Hank is part of a long line of Haywoods to serve the country. Charming and charismatic, he's left big shoes for Nate to fill. And the Haywood men have an extremely strained relationship because of it. And apparently Nate hasn't told his dad that he's a legend. How his father will react to finding out his son is following in the footsteps of his father remains to be seen, but it's probably not going to go over well. Now, the next bunch of promo images show our Legends at Woodstock, as we saw in the Comic-Con trailer, including Nate and Mick there as well, so they are going on like multiple adventures this episode by the looks of it. Now, as the synopsis says, it is a new magical threat that leads them here, and thanks to the trailer from Comic-Con, we know that a unicorn is present at Woodstock, but you would have to think that there would, be something else here that is magical and mystical, not just the unicorn. So it will be interesting to see what else is going on there. One prediction that I could make for this part of the episode is that they won't have to wipe people's minds in regards to seeing this unicorn, as I bet you they point out that everyone there, or at least the people that saw the unicorn, were high or something like that. So they were just imagining that unicorn, or seeing a horse as a unicorn or something like that. That's what I could see happening, at least. Like, it'd be a very Legends thing to do. And the last bunch of promo images for episode 1 of season 4 of Legends are these ones of Constantine, Sarah, Zari, Ray, and Gary from the Time Bureau. So with the episode being called The Virgin Gary, you would expect him to show up at some point. Now, it does seem that Gary is like affected by something, or like, not possessed, but definitely affected by something, or under some sort of spell or something like that. Something that's just making him a bit, un-Gary, if that makes sense. If you have any better ideas as to what is specifically going on here with Gary, feel free to let me know in the comments. But you do see Constantine working on like a concoction and spell to use on Gary. You can see that Constantine has like a necklace on, which I don't think I've seen before. I did see some people like saying, and even just asking if this was the water totem from last season, which it isn't. Like, that was a different sort of color and a different border around it, but because it's blue, I can understand why people might think it is the water totem. So this is something else that, I don't know if it's been in the show before, if it's something from the past. If it has, let me know in the, the comments. I can't remember being there before, but it might be, but it just could be new for this episode. But just a couple of other things to talk about before wrapping up the video. The first has to do with that, that doppelganger or other version of a Maya that I talked about earlier. Maisie Richardson Sellers, who played a Maya, revealed that her new character, Charlie, is one of the magical fugitives who slips through the door that the Legends opened up in the time prison. She is described as a rebel without a cause, a trickster on her own mission. Charlie shakes up the dynamics on the Wave Rider as the Legends attempt to figure out if she's a friend or foe. So it will be interesting to see what she brings to this season of Legends and what she has to offer. as well as how different she is to the Amaya that we had in the past 2 seasons. Obviously, over the course of the Arrowverse, since well, mainly Flash, I guess, in season 2, we have seen different versions of various characters, and most of the time they are fairly different from one another. So you'll get it's either an evil version, or it just has different traits. You might have Barry on Earth 2, who is very cowardly, if you want to call it. So you would expect the same with Charlie to Amaya as well, just maybe not complete opposites, but definitely different in various attributes of their characters. Now, with the new season comes new characters, and that is the same with Season 4 of Legends. So Ramona Young has joined Legends and will be joining the cast in a series regular role as Alaska Yu, that's the character's name this season. She is described as a typical 20-something, easily swept up by romantic notions and fantasy novels. She's a walking encyclopedia on the kind of monsters that the Legends will face this season after opening that door to the time prison which previously kept Malice locked up. In the company of the Legends, Alaska soon learns to get her head out of the clouds and become a kick-ass superhero. So with this character of Alaska being a walking encyclopedia in regards to all these, fantastical and mystical creatures and just all-around knowledge, then she will be very useful for our crew on the Wave Rider this season. Sort of similar to Nate back in Season 2 with how he was such a history buff and was just able to help the team out on many occasions with just his general knowledge. On the spot, be able to say, okay, this is what happened in history and this is what's meant to happen and stuff like that. It's very useful, and with her, that ability as well, if they see a creature or need some in-depth knowledge on a creature really quickly, or some sort of story from myths, legends and stuff like that, she would just be able to pick it out of her brain pretty quickly, which I think is a pretty handy thing to have on your team. But Legends is back October 22nd, so it's the last DC TV show to come back. We have Flash and Black Lightning first, then we have Arrow and Supergirl the week after, and then the week after Arrow and Supergirl we have Legends. So, Legends has less episodes, so I guess it makes sense that it comes back later. But we have a bit of a longer wait. It's basically a month from now, but maybe just over 3 weeks from now we'll have Legends back, which is a bit of a wait, but it should be worth it. At least we'll have nothing to watch. We'll still have the other DC TV shows to watch until Legends finally comes back. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like and it'd show your support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions on what we went over in this video. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.